done.
Hello everyone, you're joining us. I'm with Charlie again from Holland Holland, and we've got a very special rifle in front of us. This is the Holland Holland Royal Double Rifle, chambered in this enormous calibre, Charlie, and this is a 235 grain bullet, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a 375 H&H, this specific one, the flange round for the double rifle, as opposed to maybe the more ubiquitous kind of belted round that you find in all your bolt actions. I mean, you say big, we do go up to 700 nitro, which is a 1,000 grain bullet. Which was a very interesting American client who got that ball rolling a decade or a couple of decades ago or so. So really, the sky is the limit with these rifles. We can just keep getting bigger, but 375 really is, the optimal round. That round has probably killed more things on the planet than any other round combined, almost, you could say. It is the perfect kind of general one-gun safari round. It can do everything from plains game up to kind of including all of your dangerous games. Fantastic ballistics. This particular round here, Kynock load for us to use in our cinema. Really just trying to manage that recoil slightly, just bringing the powders down a little bit so that you're not feeling too much recoil. But
so the 235 grain bullet that's in the end of this, that's light for what people would typically use in this sort of type of rifle?
Your kind of weights, 375 is so good because you can bring those weights right down for your plains game. So contest will often take, maybe 2 rounds and kind of maybe re-zero on the trip, or kind of do one from the irons, one from the fixed scopes. You've got you can take a big kind of nice punchy solid point and something else that's a bit more expandy for some of the other games. So really good, but bring it to the rifle itself, so this is the Holland Holland Royal Double Rifle. This is really the pinnacle of our rifle making here at Holland Holland.
And you trusted us with one of them.
Just about. I trust you, perhaps not Harry so much.
Okay.
As you can see here, it's a full side lock, so kind of taking very much some of that styling you'd have seen from some of our classic side-by-side shotguns.
And just take a second, so side lock, for those who are sort of real bolt action rifle users, what does side lock mean? So
you get different types of action, especially on shotguns and double rifles. Your kind of two most common being a box lock and a side lock. So a side lock, the action and workings of the gun are fully within the side. So the quick removal, maintenance, cleaning in the field, you can spin this, pop this off, and you can perform in the field maintenance on the gun.
Okay. Which I'm guessing fairly important if you've taken the time to travel out to Africa with one of these and you need to do something to it.
Very much so. You want to make sure your rifle kind of, you're fully relying on that gun in your hands. Very reliable system, the double rifle. Effectively, I think as was discussed out on the range, you are running 2 separate guns. The side locks work almost as separate guns off those separate triggers. So if there was ever a failure when on safari with one of your barrels, you're always going to have that other one, which is most important, especially in a dangerous game scenario. Just imagine, you're being charged by Black Death or something. You've got to make sure you've got something behind you. But the stylings of the rifle, I mean, we of course can do it completely to client specification. This example here has got 3 different specs of leaf sights for ranges up from your 50s to your 100, depending on what sort of range you want to be shooting out the rifle at. This colour case hardened example, very kind of classic of 1920s sort of style of gun making. The cheek pieces, of course, just adding a little bit more comfort, and kind of often finished in a rubber recoil pad. This one here, wanted to make sure your shoulder really felt it tomorrow.
Yeah, we knew we'd been firing this rifle.
Yeah, I want you to know tomorrow.
Yeah. And I can see on the sights here, my eyes might be deceiving me, but that's marked out to 500. Is that a sort of slightly ambitious for someone using this rifle, or is that a sort of realistic range for?
I think, well, as we said when we were out on the rifle range doing the stalking course, it very much comes down to the shooter himself. 375, fantastic ballistics. It has been used for range shooting in the past. I probably wouldn't use this specific rifle out to 500. If I really wanted to be accurate, I'd be using something more similar to our bolt action rifle system. Yeah.
Well, that's really kind. Thank you for taking the time to talk us through this rifle, Charlie, and best of all, letting us use it as well. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
No worries at all. Thank you.